like fitness
Yeah,
testing,
do
whatever.
more reps, yeah.
I used to be like Jappy was saying on the podcast, I get so anxious for fitness testing. You just go, there was always a lot of pressure on me going, what happens if I'm not the fittest? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I can't not be the fittest. So you run and you're doing the fitness test. You go, how is she? Like, oh, we look all right. We're about the same. We both look pretty tired. But yeah, it was just, I hated sitting, doing nothing, like not doing nothing, but I was so close, but I'm still so far. And I just got myself in a bit of a rut just trying to, go to training. And, I think my biggest thing was just trusting the process. And my physio said that it would have been, he kind of noticed that when I was doing Pilates, he goes, you look a bit flat, mate. And I've gone, I am. Like, I'm hating rehab. And he was like, is it boring? And I was like, no, just the mental side. And that was probably the only time. And I think I just kind of got myself stuck down there because I hadn't felt like this the whole time, because you go, I'm so excited to run, and now that you're there you go, oh, I've still got to be able to get my fitness up first, then I still have to change direction, I still have to kind of reintegrate into training, and then only then I can start returning. So it was, that mental side was such a big thing for me to overcome, just because I hadn't really gone through a rut and felt that way. And I remember talking to my coach about it. I went for a walk with her before training started, and I was like, there's so much that I still need to do, and I just, I feel I'm with all the girls, but I still feel so isolated. Like, I'm still doing my own thing. I'm not in the training group. I'm with the training group, but I'm not in the, feel like I'm not in
the team yet.
And she was like, you know what? She goes, you've done all the right things, and she goes, if anything, you're more committed here than, what they are. You're coming. She goes, it's so easy for you to go, you know what? I'm not really feeling coming to training tonight. You're not.
Yeah.
And she goes, it's easy for you because you're not training, so you could do that. But she goes, the fact that you're here is half the battle.
The process of showing up's the hardest one.
Yeah, definitely. And each week just going to like. And now that my running session's a bit longer, I don't have to like sit there and watch the training. And now that. And even then, I can be a passer now, which is like, I think that was the hardest thing, being involved but not involved enough to still be part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I had a chat to her, it just put everything back into perspective. You go, I'm so close, and I think the thing that I'm so close, but I'm still so far away. So, and she was like, just ride. What she said to me was really important. Just ride the wave. She goes, when you're feeling down, feel it. Just feel it.
Yeah.
And then when you start feeling good, it just ride it. Just be there, experience the emotions, experience what you're feeling, because if you start to push it aside, then you're just going to bottle up again, and it's just not going to, it's going to be this self-perpetuating cycle where you're not going to feel better. You're just going to feel like shit the whole time. She goes, you're quite a positive person, so you'll get through it. And I'm quite a motivated and determined person anyways, and pretty self-driven. So it was just a matter of just feeling how I was feeling, and, this sucks. I hate this. Just feel it. And then now, like 2 weeks later after that, I was like, back to normal.
It's funny how the brain plays games with you a little bit, just kind of test you, a little bit of testing. How's this age? How's you going to cope, or how's this person going to cope? With this kind of state that you're in, and you just kind of keep. Obviously, you'll play tricks on yourself almost to kind of, once you don't want to go for the run, or you don't want to go to training, just put one shoe on.
Yeah.
Once you put the other shoe on, and you're kind of like, I've got the shoes on now, so I might as well just get up and go.
I think that helped me, having that structure of training, going, what, I really don't want to run today, and I am really having a shit day, but put my shoes on, go to training, you see everyone else running, you go, okay, great. No, I'm competitive. I go, okay, if I run, then I'll be fit enough. I'll be fitter than I was just before that to then join in.
Structure's amazing, isn't it? Like how much you can kind of get back into a routine, and how just it kind of affects the way you feel almost.
Definitely. I think through rehab it's really important to have a routine, or just go, I'm going to do rehab Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday. In my case, it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
And then maybe I had to start doing hydro. I had to swim in between the time that I wasn't running just to get some kind of cardio, because I was like, I'm not going from zero to running.
How'd you find swimming?
I hate swimming. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I'm not a water animal. I can swim, but
it's harder.
I don't like the fact that you can't breathe all the time. So when you're really out of breath, you can't just swim and swim with your head on the side. I just look like an idiot, and I don't know what I look like when I swim, but I feel like I don't look great. So I'm like, that's half the battle. Shit. I always think when you're swimming and you finish a set, you go, I wonder what I look like doing that. Probably not great, but we'll just keep swimming anyway. Put the goggles on, they won't know who I am. But yeah, getting through rehab is tough, and I feel like you put on a brave face the whole time. Like, you come to training, I feel like I probably came to footy going, oh my God, I'm fine. And on the inside, you're like, oh, I fucking hate this. face. Hate it. But, you know, I think that's probably the worst thing to have is that, you know, yes, you can put on a brave face the whole time, but you've also got to be... I think that was the trick with me being netball girls. I just had to show them that I was vulnerable and go, you know what, I'm really not doing well. And, you know, they were pretty good at picking up where you're at and going, okay, we need to give her a bit more love here. We need to support her a bit more. Cheer on a bit when she's doing a rehab. But, yeah, it was just kind of getting
it's kind of good. It's good for the team as well to kind of see other players like be vulnerable, especially during rehab, kind of brings the group a bit closer together, because I guess women are good like that as well with being together and supporting each other. They're naturally very good at pulling people together and then supporting them through tough periods. It'd be much better for a team for that in the future, you sharing the feelings like that, and then you get closer together, especially for a young team.
Yeah,
like
it's definitely an important thing to be able to have both sides, and especially in a team sport, you can't just have, you know, the fun times and the good times the whole time. You need to, especially most people, and especially being a new team, we kind of had to click through that straight away. Just go, we need to be able to show both sides, because I knew four or five of the girls in that team really well, but the other four, I had, you know, I'd never met before, or I'd played against them. So you just have to kind of drop your walls and lose it all and just go, especially for me, I think me being able to show that two sides, then everyone, you know, went, she can do it, so can I. Like, you know, and people come in, and it's really good now, people come in and go, you know what, I've had a really shit day at work, and you know, we acknowledge it, and we go, we're all here for you, have a bit of a chat. And then when we go out in court, you can understand if they've thrown two balls away and the coach has said something to them and they just take it. They take it really badly, and usually they can take it pretty well. You just go, give them a little tap and go, it's all good. Just start again. Next ball, don't worry about it. So I think it's just really important, especially I think girls are quite good at recognising those emotional changes and whatever, and especially I think netball as well. It's funny, I can just tell when girls walk into training and they just not there. You go, everything okay? Like, you just check in, and it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, is everything, you know, you just go,
yeah,
all good. Just look at them and go, you don't want to make a big deal about it, because then obviously if someone's really sensitive and not feeling like they want to share, then they might just explode. So there's ways to just approach it and go, everything okay? And they might go, no. And you go, if they don't want to say anything, go, we're here for you. So you just need to, I think sometimes you just need to have someone there just pat you on the back and go, we got you. Like, that's all you need, I think, at training. If you don't feel comfortable enough to share, then just be there.
I guess it's the kind of hardest thing as well, being, because you live a life outside of the sport as well. Like, you have a professional life, whether it be study, work, or anything like that, but then be able to separate that, and then within an hour of like driving to the training, getting changed and doing all that sort of stuff. And then now I'm netball training, and just hard to drop everything. The stress of life, and then have to do everything that a coach expects. You have all these expectations from training, and, you know, be able to execute skills and all this sort of stuff while having a stressful day makes it hard, and kind of everything just gets bottled up. And
definitely,
some days it's going to be harder, some days it's not, but then it's kind of hard to separate that, isn't it?
Well, we just had